The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, welcome, and a happy Friday to each and every one of you. TGIF, thank God we made it here once again. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. I'm aboard with you for the next hour, and we're here every Friday at this time. We gather around the breakfast table or wherever you congregate to get the show rolling, and we're so glad to have you aboard with us. We meet every Friday at this time for a little coffee, donuts, or whatever you have available with you, and conversation as well, because that's what the show is all about. We get everybody involved in conversation, and all you have to do is just apply yourself to that, and we can tell you how you can do that. First of all, we want to thank all of our friends who've been with us all of these years, and from the beginning of the show, stuck with us this whole time and still with us. We thank you so much for that. They may be new people, and if you are new, well, let me tell you how the show operates. And what we do is, as the host of the show, I get things revved up by going into the mode of prepping. And prepping the show means that I may throw out a conversation piece that we can chew on for just a minute or two. We don't have to linger on that for the whole show, but that's just to get things started. But anytime at all, you can get in there, chime in, use your keyboard on your computer or your cell phone or your tablet, type in whatever you want to type in. I'll see you right there on the big screen, and I will respond to you, and we will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because that's what the show is all about. We have free exchange of ideas and of opinions. I have them, you have them, we all have them. So what we want to do today is take all of those opinions and put them and make them as one, and we'll discuss them together. Now, if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about, anything at all, you want to just throw it right in there, type it in there, I'll see it, and we'll talk about it, because if it's important to you, it's important to us. It's important to all of us. It really is. So once again, thank you so much for being aboard with us. We got a lot of things. First of all, we want to let you know that we're on two platforms, especially people who are new. You ought to know that we're on two platforms. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. Now, what we want you to do is tell all your friends about the show, and how you can do that. We'll do that right now. You could cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on right now. Now, the people on Facebook always refer to as tagging, and it's basically the same thing. Cutting and pasting the platform, in this case, it's the link that you're on. Cut that link, cut and paste it, and send it out to as many friends as possible, as many as you like. We would love you to do that. If you can't send them to each and every one of your friends, at least do a little this week, maybe do a little next week, and keep doing it until you finish it all each week. Right? Very simple. So cut and paste that, do that, and let them know that we're here. And we really would appreciate that. We really appreciate you being here. If you can't stay here for the full hour, whatever time you can spend with us, we really would appreciate that. But we hope the case is that you can actually stay with us for the full hour. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Later on in the program, we've got sports coming up with Brian Camp. Brian with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. That's coming this particular hour, and this particular half hour of the hour. And he's got that coming along. A lot of sports to talk about. Knicks fans, we'll be talking about that. Yankees and all your baseball teams, all of those things. We're going to talk about all of that. And if we don't get a chance to talk about it on sports when he delivers sports, you could still talk about it. Any questions that you may have for Brian, by the way, get them ready. Get them ready, because he's always able to answer your sports questions. He'll do that. And so he'll have all of that for you, and then we'll just linger on. Also, later on in the program, before the show is over, I have those movies. Now, each week, you guys watch the show long enough to know that each week I go into the Turner Classic Movie Vault and pull out the best movies I can find. They're all classic, some black and white, some in color, but they're all classics. And we like to bring them to you. Now, we set them up for your weekend. Now, you guys do a lot of things on the weekend. Now, particularly the summertime is coming up, and in a couple of weeks, the official date of summer will be here, but the weather is going to be nice and you're going to be doing a lot of things and your summer is going to be busy and a lot of you are going to be taking vacations, right? So, but if you're home this weekend and if you are like a lot of other people, want to catch up on some old movies, well, I have my picks of the week for Turner Classic Movies. Now, although you guys are very resourceful with everything that we have today, all of these streaming apps are on, and you never stop in entertainment. But I just want to throw my 2 cents in on that. So those movies I have picked out for you, they're going to come up later on in the program. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, The Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, or any other broadcast facility, public media, or any social media outlet in your area. So with that said, let's do what we always do. Let's lift our cups with all of our elements in it. We hope it's coffee or tea, whatever it is. Enjoy it with us. Excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. The coffee hour would not be the coffee hour without a little coffee, at least for me. Now, some people like tea, and rather than coffee, because they say it's more refined than coffee. That's your opinion. That's good. And those of you who don't like coffee or neither tea, maybe like hot chocolate, cocoa, something, orange juice, milk, whatever it is. But we want you to enjoy it with us. Got a lot of things to talk about, and here we are in the month of May. A lot of things are going on. We want to say hello to all of you guys. Warren Dantzler right now is watching us out of Greensboro, North Carolina, and Warren is giving us part of his weather forecast. He's got 79 degrees right now at the moment in his area. He's got 79 degrees out there, and it's going to go up to 91, and it's going to be clear. So that's going to be good. Good. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us, and the rest of you who are going to come in and join us in conversation. We wish you would. And if you're going to join us in conversation, do what Warren did. Give us your weather forecast. Let us know where you are as far as your weather is concerned. I'll tell you why, because if you're not in New York, your weather may be different from mine. And I like to compare the notes of the weather that we have here in New York to the weather that Warren has over where he is and other places. Just like to compare. It's not a mandatory thing, of course not. You know, you don't have to do it, but we ask you to do it. And if you're going to do that, that would be great. So if you're going to join in conversation, that would be great. Now, a lot of people don't want to get in conversation. And I understand that, especially the new people. There may be some people who are here for the very first time and they just want to make sense of the show. They just want to watch it and see how it goes and see how they fit in. And we hope eventually that they'll come back. And then when they do come back, eventually they'll get involved in conversation. And you can do that. You don't have to do a lot of talking. A lot of people just come in and say hello, good morning, or whatever it is. And we really would appreciate that too. But for the people who don't want to get involved in conversation, don't worry about it. Now, we see you when you come in. We see you when you come in, but we will not make any reference to your name unless you say something first, because we don't want to make sure that your privacy is totally intact. Okay. And so therefore, you don't have to worry about that. But we hope cases that you get a chance, because we love the idea of joining in a conversation and addressing me personally. So we've got all of that. So give us your weather forecast if you have one going on. Anyway, here we are. It's June. It's a brand new month. Now, last week we were at the tail end of May. And as I told you, here we are, June 5th, a brand new month. And as I said, this month, in this particular month, in a couple of weeks from now, we're going to get the very first day of summer will officially come upon us this month. And so a lot of people, as I said, are going to be doing a lot of things, taking vacations. Vacations, this is the ideal time to take vacations. People are going to be driving and flying. Uh, uh, I hope that you looked ahead of all of that. Gasoline prices the way they are. I hope you planned ahead of all of that. You see, you got to plan ahead now. You know, it's not like a lot of people like to do things on impulse, and it's nothing wrong with that. And if you can do it, fine. But a lot of people today, you know, can't do things on impulse anymore because of the prices the way they are. Food's gone up, gasoline has gone up, oil has gone up, uh, the elevators are going up, the elevated trains are going, yeah, everything is going up. But we hope that when you take your vacation, it's a successful one. And of course, you saved up for it. You know, that's what you have to do. You know, even when the economy was even doing better, you always plan for vacation, you know. So we're looking forward to a summertime as we do. Now, all month long, we be celebrating a lot of things. Now, we talk about celebrations each month. And this month, we'll be celebrating National Portuguese Heritage Month. Now, all of my friends are from Portugal, and we do broadcast in Portugal. And we have people who are from Portugal who migrated here in the United States. They're here, and we want to celebrate with you. So that's why we bring this out to you, National Portuguese Heritage Month. And if you dare to talk about your heritage, or maybe there's all kinds of projects or events that's going around in your area to celebrate Portuguese history, Heritage Month, you know, let us know. Let us know where it is so we could do it. We want to celebrate with you. That's what we want to do. We want to celebrate you. So give us that information if you do, if you can. All right. Love to talk about it. Also, Caribbean American Heritage Month is underway as well. It all started this month. Here we are all month long. And if you're from the Caribbean, I don't care where from the Caribbean, even if you're in the Caribbean now, you're watching us because we broadcast in the Caribbean as we do in Portuguese and Portugal. We broadcast there, and we like to celebrate with you. Now, for all of the Caribbean American people here in the United States, we are celebrating that. And of course, again, if there information that you can give us about any activities or events that's going on that you want to promote, we're not afraid. We want to celebrate you. So give us all of that information. We'll talk more about that. Now, if you like music, and I like all music, all genres of music. I love it all, you know. But this month, all month long, is African American Music Month. And that could start from anything from jazz to gospel to R&B, all of that. If you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. You can spend time talking about music like that, all kinds of music. But that's what we're celebrating all month long. And even they're promoting, and I turn to some channels and I see some channels, they have it, they promote that. And they talk about the music and all kinds of R&B artists or gospel artists and things like that, and a lot of things that have taken place. So if you like to talk about that, feel free. It's open forum. National Soul Food Month. Oh boy, you know what? I was telling Brian last night when we were on the air, because Brian is my co-host on Talkback Live. I was telling him that I haven't really had a great soul food meal since my mom died, and that was a long time ago. That was what, over 30 years ago. I've had soul food, of course, but you know, there's nothing like mom's cooking, mom's home cooking. But that's what we got. That's what we got all month long, National Soul Food Month. So what are you having this Sunday? Soul food was especially popular at our house on a Sunday when you get back to church. You know, we had a lot of great stuff to talk. And what's your favorite soul food dish? You could talk about that. It's all here, right? All right, we're also celebrating LGBTQIA. That's Pride Month. That's LBGT. That's LGBT Pride Month. It's all Pride Month, and there are a lot of things that are happening. I know they're going to have a parade. They always have it in New York. They never fail to not to have a parade in New York. There'll be a parade in New York. I'm pretty sure there are other celebrations that you could talk about. If you know of any, let us know so we could broadcast it here, let people know where the action is taking place. And all month long, we're going to be talking about that. So please don't be shy. Bring all of that information. All of that information. All there's a lot of celebrations this month, and we want to celebrate with you. Okay. Uh, Now you can do what you want, say what you want. I used to be a DJ. I used to be a radio DJ, right? And it just so happens it's not for me to say, but if you feel like it, you could wish me a National DJ Month. It's happy National DJ Month all month long. All of the DJs, radio DJs, and even club DJs. You know, and even if you're a mobile DJ or a local DJ, right? You get behind the mic and you do your scratching and all, whatever it is. You know, it just says DJ. It doesn't say specifically radio or club or anything like that. National DJ Month. So all DJs, I salute all of my DJ friends, radio and mobile DJs all at once. Okay. And for all of you guys who are DJs and you just spin records or CDs or whatever you play, and you do clubs and you host parties and things like that, if you have something going on with that, let us know. And you could advertise it here because someone may want to come to your party. You never know. Or maybe you want to sell off for your wares. We'll do it. You don't have to pay us a dime. You really don't. And today, here we are. It's National Donut Day. What's your favorite donut? You can't make this stuff. You can't make it up. National Donut Day. I'm going to tell you, I have a few favorite donuts. I love, which I didn't have in a long time, but I love custard. You know, those powdery custard donuts. You know, I also love the Boston cream donuts. I love those. You know, uh, I love them. But anyway, whatever your favorite donut is, you can enjoy it with your coffee that we're having right now. And speaking of coffee, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to shoot up once again. Mm. Oh boy, I don't have a donut, but my producer, before I got on the air, asked me if I wanted a muffin. But I said, no, it's donut day. If you're gonna give me something that's in that family, a pastry or anything, give me a donut, not a muffin today. Maybe I'll have a donut later. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us on this day. It's Friday, thank God, TGIF. And what are you going to do for the weekend? What are your plans? You got a lot of plans for the weekend? Well, we hope that whatever you do, that everything is going to be okay and you do it in a safe manner. Okay. And thank you once again for being with us for this Friday. And again, there's a lot of things to talk about. Now, again, I want to ask all of you guys who are coming in, if you're joining in conversation with us, please give us your weather forecast. We really would appreciate it. We love the idea. We want to compare our weather. Now, if you live in New York or even in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. You don't have to give it to me because I'm coming out of New York. That's where this show is originating right now. We're coming out of New York City. And so I do have the weather forecast for you that I'm going to relay to you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give it to you right now. It's going to be a great weekend weather-wise. You know, you know, these days when you look at the weather, you got to stay on top of it because it changes from moment to moment. And it changes from hour to hour, day to day, you know, and you never really know. So you have to keep on top of the weather forecast all the time, especially if you're planning outdoor activities. You got to stay on top of it all the time. And so it's going to be a warm one here in New York today. As a matter of fact, you know what we have right now? Believe it or not, it's hard to believe at this time of the day, and it's after 10 o'clock here in New York in the morning. It's 82 degrees. It's 82 degrees outside right now as we speak. I can't believe it. 82 degrees. Does that, you know what that means? That means it's going to get warmer. It's going to go up there. Is it record breaking? I don't know. But here we go. This is what we got. Sunshine and clouds mixed today. It's going to be hot, 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 hot. You could fry an egg on the ground. 91 degrees. That's our high for today. We'll have a high 91 degrees. The winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, if you're going out, it's going to be some clouds. We'll have a low of 71 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not bad, right? Not bad. Someone said, you asked for it. That's the kind of weather you like. It's true. Okay, Saturday. That's my favorite day now. Saturday was, I was looking at Saturday off and on during the week because Saturday, sometimes it says it was going to rain. This morning I woke up, it says it's going to rain. And now it says here it's going to be partly cloudy skies, near record high temperatures, 92 degrees, no rain. Tell me, am I wrong or not? What does your weather forecast say? And winds will be west southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy skies early, will become partly cloudy late at night, and we'll have a low around 70 degrees. Winds will be west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And Sunday, as we wrap up things, Sunday, I think, is the best day out of all of them. Sunday is generally sunny, high 86, a little cooler than than Saturday. And winds will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'm going to repeat that temperature just in case you think I was jiving around. It's 82 degrees right now. 82 degrees. And it's sunny. Really appreciate it. Well, now it's time to go to sports. Brian Camp coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We got the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. If you have any questions for Brian at this time for your sports, please get them ready, and he'll have them. He'll have the answer for you. Right, Brian? Am I right about that?
I'll have the answer. If I can't answer it, I'll come back to you next week with it. but you get the answer.
That's what I thought.
For sure.
So how's it going?
So everything's going well. It's a very warm day today. It's already, and it's like 76 degrees, and it's going up to 88. Not complaining, but we're happy for what we have and everything. We had our drought.
Warren's watching us, and he has 91 degrees on the horizon. So
okay, yeah. Well, it's his turn. It's his turn to have a heat wave. Hey, I ain't mad at you. I'd rather be 3 degrees cooler than 3 degrees hotter. So, and those 3 degrees make a whole lot of difference. Trust me. So, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are around the globe. It's like I said, right now it's 76, going up to 88, and going to have looks like a pretty good weekend here. Definitely going to have a pretty good day. So we're just going to take it 1 hour at a time. That's what we're going to do. Everybody else is okay?
yeah, we're doing good over here. You heard my weather forecast, right? It's going to be a hot one.
No, I didn't hear it.
It's going to have,
okay.
Yeah, we're going to have a hot one. But we'll get by. I'm not going to complain. I never complain.
Is that time of the year? So, but let me get to sports. Football, the NFL football has been very active already during this off season. Here it is. The Eagles agreed early this week to trade their all-star wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Patriots for a first round draft pick in 2028, and then 2027 fifth round pick. The fifth round selection would be better of New England's 2 picks that's round the next draft, according to ESPN. The trade will have been discussed with anticipated across the NFL months. Reunites Brown with Patriots coach Mike Vrabel. So, and there's more trades. The Cleveland Browns traded 2-time defensive end of the year player Myles Garrett to the LA Rams for a 2-time Pro Bowl pass rusher, J.R. Vertis. and multiple draft picks. Teams announced early this week as well. In fact, I think both trades happened on the same day. It happened on a Monday. So the NFL has been very, very busy in the off season. As you know, their draft is coming up, and as well also mini camp also begins to start as well. Major League Baseball has been a long time anticipating, but the salary cap proposal for Major League Baseball owners, but their lead negotiator Bruce Meyer believes that between the two, just 6 months before the current collective bargain agreement, which is the CBA, expires. Meyer, the Major League Baseball Players Association interim executive director, said the league effectively managed to cobble together the worst system for players in major sports history. Thursday, they had a salary cap that was on the table, but as you know, Major League Baseball doesn't have a salary cap. That's the only sport that doesn't have a salary cap. All the other three major leagues sports in North America do have a salary cap. Baseball, nope, they don't. So hopefully this deal could be done before there'll be another lockout. We don't want no more lockouts. Trust me when I say this. In other news on sports, the NBA, Rick Adelman passed away. Excuse me, my earpiece just came on. Sorry about that. Rick Adelman, former coach, Hall of Fame inductee, who played for 7 NBA seasons before becoming one of the game's all-time winningest coach, has died. The NBA Association, Coaches Association, which is their union, announced earlier. His son is the father of Denver Nuggets coach David Adelman. He's currently the Nuggets coach. His father, who just passed away, was 79 years old. Mitch Adelman won over 1,000 games, to be exact, 1,042 NBA games, 10th most league average. Only 4 other coaches, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich, Jerry Sloan, and George Karl, coached more games and had a better winning percentage than Adelman, who took the Portland Trailblazers to the NBA Finals twice. That's right, took them twice. So that's where we are with the sports, containing the 3 major sports between basketball, baseball, and football. Speaking about the NBA, also, we want to not to forget, go New York, go New York, go New York. They're game 1 of the NBA Finals, and they're going to, game 2 is tonight. I was never really much of a Knicks fan, only back in the day in the early 70s. When my favorite player was Walt Clyde Frazier, Earl the Pearl Monroe. But I wish New York would win the title. It would be great for New York. Now, by them winning the title doesn't mean that Jalen Brunson, where everybody's talking about, will be the greatest New York Knick of all time. No. Walt Clyde Frazier is the greatest living New York Knick of all time. Frazier was born in Atlanta, but he's made a fixture in the big city of New York City. So Walt Frazier will always be the greatest Knick of all time. But in the meantime, let's go Knicks tonight. It'll be in San Antonio. Monday, game 3 will be at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, where it's going to be crazy inside the Garden and outside the Garden. So just hold on your hats. So we get ready for some basketball tonight, and then the weekend we get the weekend off, Saturday and Sunday, and then we go back Monday. That's right. Monday will be at the Garden. This day in sports, June 5th, 1948, Major League Baseball, Richie Ashburn sets a National League record consecutive hitting streak at 23. 1977, the LA Dodgers retired future Major League Hall of Fame manager Walter Alston's number 24. I believe he managed 25 years, and each year had a 1-year contract for those 25 years. 1981, Major League Baseball, Houston Astros pitcher Nolan Ryan passes early win as an all-time walk leader. As you know, Nolan Ryan is the all-time leader in strikeouts, but he's also the all-time walk leaders, which he gave up a lot of walks. 1941, birthdays. Happy birthday to Robert Kraft, and presently NFL owner of the New England Patriots, was born in Brookline, Massachusetts, 1945. Happy birthday to John Carlos. Some of you remember John Carlos, Olympic sprinter who gave the Black Power salute in 1968 with the Olympics, and he was born in Harlem, USA. Now I know um, our good brothers and sisters. They are our brothers and sisters. We do not discriminate. Um, we will celebrate that month, Pride Month, this month. Uh, I am doing a two-part series of two people. The first one we're going to do for this week, I did it last night, was Sir Elton Hercules John, born Reginald Kenneth Dwight, as we all know him as Elton John, is a British songwriter, a singer, pianist, and an influential figure in popular culture. He is known for his flamboyant fashion. He is flamboyant. Sportsmanship and songwriter partnership with lyrics like Bernie Taupin. With over 3 million records sold worldwide, he is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Uh, he is also the most highly acclaimed, successful solo artist of all time. Elton has achieved 2 diamond, 43 platinum or multi-platinum, and 26 gold albums, over 70 top 40 hits, and he has some more than 327 million records. Some of the songs you may know, like Benny and the Jets, mm, 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 Benny, Benny, or all right, I'm not going to sing anymore. Benny and the Jets, and then Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Dun, 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 dun. All right, no more singing, but those are some of the hits that you remember. Don't laugh at me, everybody. My audience, do not laugh at me. He holds the record for the biggest selling physical single of all time, Candle in the Wind, in 1997, which sold over 33 million copies since launching his first tour in 1970. Elton was also has over 4,600 performances in more than 80 countries to his credit. Elton is the most successful solo male in history of American charts, and the third most successful artist overall, behind only Madonna and the Beatles. He has 67 Hot 100 entries between 1970 and 2000, including 9 number ones and 29 top tens. He achieved 7 number one albums in the 3.5 year period from 1972 to 1975. Those were his peak years, mid 70s. The time of disco was out, a time of when a lot was going on in the 70s in the music industry. It was also a period of concentrated success surpassed only by the Beatles. His stage name is blend of two names of two blues members, which is saxophonist Elton Dean and John Baldry. Throughout his career, John has demonstrated a supreme talent for integrated and blending diverse pop and rock styles into propulsive, streamlined sound that is extroverted, energetic, and somewhat impersonal. His recordings were among the first to harmonize electric guitar and acoustic piano and synthesized instruments. His vocal style, with his current accent and gospel inflection, is strongly American influenced, as his planism and ornate gospel flavor elaborated in the styles of Little Richard and Jerry Lee Lewis. In 1990s, John was the first male pop to declare his homosexuality, suffering no noticeable career damage. Early in his career, he had he had told Rolling Stone magazine that he was bisexual, and that was an admission that he later explained was a compromise for fear of losing his fans. And in those days, as you know, it wasn't really embraced at that time. But those are the things where you just had to keep things going, and so that's why he did what he did. Now he was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1994, and in 1998 he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. What does knighted mean? That's knighted is the equivalent of getting the Presidential Congressional Award, um, but this is by the monarchy of Queen Elizabeth. He wasn't born into it, but it was just an honor placed on him by Queen Elizabeth II. In 2018, John embarked on he announced his final tour, dubbed his farewell Yellow Brick Road, and scheduled his last 3 years. However, the tour was suspended. Why it was suspended in 2020? Yes, because of COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. And in 2024, he won the Emmy for Outstanding Variety Specials. The win made Elton John one of the very small number of Epcot winners. What is Epcot? Epcot is like the Grand Slam of music. Like in tennis, you have Wimbledon, you have the French Open, you have the US Open, and you have the Australia Open. That's what Epcot is. In this case, that means Elton John is one of few people to win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. And that's Elton John, who is one of my favorite music people of all time. That's sports. That's just
Don't go breaking my heart. Yeah. that was a hell of a song. He wrote
classic.
so many and recorded so many great songs. Uh, and I said this to you last night on Talkback Live. I was first introduced to Elton John's music, I think, in 1969. And when he came out, I think the following year or so, some year 69, 70, he recorded this great song. It's the first Elton John song I ever heard in my life. Um, it was called Your Song. And it was covered by other artists, but he was the one that wrote it. He put it out there, and it was a great song. But and then
Yep.
he did the Kiki D song, "Don't Go Breaking My Heart."
Kiki D, yeah. He
By
introduced George Michael too, as well too.
yeah, he did that
Mm-hmm.
song. So many did the Goodbye Norma Jean. That was a dedication to Marilyn Monroe. So many great songs.
Mm-hmm.
So many
He's
great
one of my
songs.
favorites. That's right. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. My
I
all-time favorite is
I
Michael
can't
Jackson,
wait.
of course. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know, Michael Jackson through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I can't wait to see who we have next week. We're doing a two-part. I can't wait to see what's happening
Yeah,
next week. To spill the beans. I don't want to know.
yeah,
I want to be in suspense like everyone else.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Y'all, yeah, you all got to come back next week and
yeah.
watch Talk Back Live and the Coffee Hour. Okay, that's right.
And so now the Knicks are going to be playing tonight. People are going to be at the edge of their seats. A lot of people are wondering whether they're going to pull this whole thing off or not. Because you mentioned last night, it's like over 50 years since they been in a playoff game.
53 years. Yeah.
53 years,
Mm-hmm.
exactly 53
Yeah.
years. Well, we're
50
gonna have
years.
to see we're gonna have to see. I mean, there are a lot of great supporters of the Knicks here in New York. Obviously, uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you go on Facebook and you see all of these photos of people sporting their Knick caps, jerseys, they're just ready to play. I know
Yeah.
Warren is gonna get ready tonight with mimosa in hand. he's gonna he's gonna get ready to see
Mimosa.
that. Yeah, but a lot of things. The other thing I want to talk about too, and we discussed that Serena Williams may be making a comeback.
Yeah, it's been talked that I think, is in the works. Uh, she's making a comeback. She looks great on these commercials. The thing with Serena Williams, she wants to come back to break that record of most
Mhm.
Grand Slams in tennis, in women's tennis history. Um, so she's aiming for that. When she went on maternity leave, I knew that would might be held back. I'm not going to say hinder her, but it stopped her from making it because she was slowing down before she got pregnant. But
Hmm.
when you have a child, and I don't know any experience about having a child or giving birth, but it
Hmm.
takes time to build your body back up. It takes
Hmm.
time for you to get back in shape. But
Yeah.
to her credit, she always stayed fit. Um, so she's gonna give it a try and everything. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, why not?
I think she's doing it for the love of it and nothing else because she has nothing to prove, not one thing to prove in that sport, not one thing to
Right?
prove. And
That's right.
it's probably even not even about the money either.
No,
She don't need
no,
it.
it's not about she got tons of money,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
she's just a competitive way that she just
Yeah.
wants to you know, play and win. It's all about
Absolutely.
winning. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Brian, thanks a lot. We're going to catch you back here on next Thursday night for
yeah,
Talk Back Live, as you're going to be co-hosting with me on that show.
yeah.
And we thank you for
And in a
this.
couple of weeks I'll be in New York too for 5 days. My grandson is graduating. So maybe I could hook up with you. It's be there for maybe 5 or 6 days and maybe we could do the show together, depending on how my schedule is running. He's
Yeah.
graduating and be with my son, my grandson, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So we look forward to seeing you
right.
on next week. Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.
Everybody enjoy your weekend. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He comes on with us each week at this time, each week. And of course, he's my co host there on Talkback Live. You can check that out. We'll tell you more about that later on in the program as we go along, where you can find us on Watch Talkback Live. Well, like you guys who watch this show, maybe you don't know that we do Talk Back Live in the evening every Thursday. We'll tell you more about that later on as we go along in the show. But in the meantime, let's keep things rolling right here on the coffee hour. Singer Silver Foster, a former child star who found fame as the basis for the chart-topping 1970s family band The Silvers, has died. His daughter Erin confirmed the news, sharing a heartfelt tribute on social media. The Silver often compared themselves to the Jackson family, archived sufficient chart success with hits such as Boogie Fever, Hotline, and Fool's Paradise. Foster Silvers was 64. Peebo Bryson, whose smooth tone and operatic control product classic Disney hits, as well as R&B standards, has died as well. Bryson is best known for contributing his talents to the Oscar-winning Disney duet Beauty and the Beast, sung alongside Celine Dion, and A Whole New World, sung with Regina Bell for the animated film Aladdin. He also is known for songs like Feel the Fire and Can You Stop the Rain, among others. He was 75. Frankie Valli is saying Bye Bye Baby to his 2026 concert date. Valli announced on Instagram last Friday that he and the rest of the Four Seasons would be continuing their last encore farewell tour due to health reasons. Now, the group kicked off their tour in October of 2023, performing in New Jersey before 2026, before heading to the rest of the United States. The tour extended into 2026, with the group scheduled to continue in June and conclude in October before the cancellation news. Valli's rep said in a statement that he decided to cancel the shows instead of rescheduling them so that the fans would not be stuck in limbo with the tickets. Duran Duran, the iconic 1980s new wave pioneers, have announced a major UK arena tour set to a captive audience across the country, all happening this autumn. The tour will you'll see the tour with frontman Simon A. Laban and his bandmates performing in Glasgow, Belfast, and Liverpool, among other cities, key cities. And the announcement follows the busy period of the band, who released a new single, Free to Love, with Chic's Nile Rodgers in April. And they are also set to headline London's British Summer Time Festival on July 5th, which is today, where they will be joined by Scissor Sisters. Ashley Records has launched an online campaign, and that campaign encouraged Stephen Colbert to bring a new talk show to PBS following the conclusion of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS. After her initial post on X gained attention, Ricketts explained or expanded on the idea in detail on an Instagram post. The actor and director, best known for her role in Awkward, further told Late Nighter that the idea gained momentum quickly with over 485 million viewers within 48 hours. And taking cue from this, Rickett took to her Instagram profile and explained the details. Birthdays today, comedian Sandra Bullock. No, not Bullock, Sandra Bernhardt. Remember Sandra Bernhardt? She's 71 years old today. Singer Gary U.S. Bonds is 87. Levi Stubbs, the late Levi Stubbs from the Four Tops, would have been 90. Congress of Racial Equality, the late Roy Ennis would have been 92, and actor Richard Crane would have been 108. So happy birthday to all of them, the ones who are living. Happy birthday to you, and many, many more as you go along in life. And happy birthday to the ones who are no longer with us, but you have left us a wonderful legacy, and we really appreciate you. And because we appreciate you, we will continue to acknowledge your birthday each year it comes around. So happy, happy birthday. And for those of you who may be celebrating a birthday coming up pretty soon, please let us know. We'd like to tell everyone how old you are. And all you have to do is get in contact with us and let us know. You can do that by contacting us through email, or you can call us. I'll give you the email address. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, you can use that anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days out of the week. And you don't necessarily have to have a birthday to use it. If you could use it for any reason. You can use it to contact me. You could use it to contact Brian if you have any sports-related questions. You could use it just to say hello. We read and we hear everything that you have provided for us. So keep that all information in your electronic devices, such as your computer, be it laptop, desktop, your telephone, or even your tablet. You keep it in there. If you have all of those devices, keeping them in all. Because, hey, let's face it, technology throws you a curveball sometimes. Now, one device may not work for a period of time, so you go to the next one, right? And get that information from there, and you can do that, again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we'll answer you if you need us to. And I'll give you that information once again. The email address, once again, is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Warren, I think I'd like to have a mimosa. Do you have an extra one? Of course, I can't have it on the air. Another time. Thank you so much for joining us for this Friday. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And of course, we're sipping coffee, drinking tea, and whatever, and mimosas too, if you so desire. You can do it. I can't. But enjoy it with us, and we thank you so much. Yes, it's been a long week. And I got to tell you, I mean, I totally laugh. I always laugh at the news these days. I laugh at the news. And speaking of the news, sometimes when you read the news or you hear the news, anything like that, it got to the point where you have to even, at least I do, fact check the news. You know, you don't know what to believe anymore. When you go online, when you go on Facebook and you see all of these things that are unbelievable, chances are they're unbelievable. And you have to check it for yourself to see if it's true. I had a friend. I have a friend in radio. I'm not going to mention his name offhand because I don't want to send out any bad vibes or scare anyone. But I have a friend that this week they said he passed away, and I said, no, there's no way that could happen, and it wasn't true. It wasn't true, you know. So you don't know what to believe. And even what you see, you can't believe. Let's say, for instance, you have, let's say, a 65, 66-year-old woman and a beautiful body, shapely, in a bikini. It's, there's no way. There's no way that's happening. There's no way that's happening. That's not true. It's not happening. You could stay in good shape, but there's no way you're going to have a girlish figure, a girl of about 25 years old that hangs out at the gym every day. You're not going to forget it. You're 65, 70 years old. There's no way that's happening. But, so, AI has taken over everything to nothing is believable anymore. You know, um, I'm not so sure that whatever you see on TV when you watch some of these commercials are some of those actors actually real. You don't know. It's hard to believe. Prove to me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you heard on the news this week that the judge and I gloat over this. I had a good time listening to this. I enjoyed this. I still enjoy this. And if you don't know about it, the judge ordered Kennedy Center to remove Donald Trump's name from the building. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This week it happened. It was on the news this week. And so the judge said, no, 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 no. That's the Kennedy Center. That's the Kennedy Center. We all know now that Donald Trump's name is on that building right now as we speak. And what makes it even worse is that his name is on top of Kennedy. You can't, he doesn't, if Kennedy were alive today, Donald Trump don't even get to shine Kennedy's shoes. He can't even do that or shine his halo or whatever. But yes, the courts ordered him, the judge ordered the Kennedy Center to remove Trump's name from the building. And now it goes back. It goes back to the Kennedy Center. Yes, yes, yes. It makes me wonder, that Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's working in the White House with Trump, it makes me wonder what he thinks. What is he thinking? His uncle. He does this to his uncle. And he never says anything about it. And I'm pretty sure that the rest of the Kennedy clan are talking about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., just brush him off. And I just found out last night, because I was wondering whether or not he was a Democrat, because most of the Kennedys are Democrats. As far as I know, all of the Kennedys are Democrats. But he is not a Democrat. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not a Democrat. His father was, of course, but Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not a Democrat. He's a registered independent. So it made me wonder, since he's working in the House with Donald Trump, what does that make him? But no, he didn't go Republican. He went straight to independent. And by the way, if you're independent, as far as I know, or maybe there could be some places that defy it, but you don't vote in the primaries. And of course, the primaries are open, early voting, and people are voting in the primaries, but we're waiting around for the general election. That's what I'm going to run for. So I am happy. I am totally knocked out about Trump's name being taken off that building. It doesn't belong there in the first place. When I get my new passport, I do not want to see only one picture. I want to see only one picture on that passport, and that's mine. That's the only picture I want to see on that passport. That's it. All right. Kennedy, get your workers, get the construction guys, and rip it down, tear it down, and don't look back. Okay. And we also know that coming up, the 2025, they call the 250th Freedom Celebration. That's the 4th of July. Was supposed to be some kind of big action going on in the front lawn, the front lawn of the White House, that at this particular time looked like the WWE. If you see the photo, it looked like the WWE. That archway I thought was like a roller coaster. And then it reminded me of Michael Jackson's Never Never Land. But it was an arch. And then after that, after they start building more and putting more, adding more into it, now it looks like the WWE. You see in the center, it has a ring in there, like the WWE, and it has seating there. And they're getting ready for a big party up until a lot of people have canceled out. A lot of people, musicians that he invited, canceled out. They didn't want to be part of it. And these are the few people that canceled out. Bret Michaels, Martina McBride, rapper Young MC, the Commodores, and Morris Day of the time. They all cancel out. They say, I don't want no part of that. And so now the celebration for the meantime is not going to take place. That celebration is not going to take place. They canceled that. And so, and now because they cancel out, Donald Trump says, "Oh, they're a third grade act, or something like that. It was a third grade act, or third rated act, or whatever it is." But you hired them. You hired them because you couldn't get the big acts. You couldn't get the number one, numero uno, top of the heap, big cheese. You couldn't get that. You never could get that. You could only get like the has-been, like Kid Rock. Who is Kid Rock anyway? Who the hell is he? You know, that's the only guy you can get. Ted Nugent was a guy, you don't even hear from him anymore. You know, and all of these people in your stables, they're no longer around you. They don't want to be around you anymore because you're an idiot. You're an idiot, you know. But now his birthday is coming up. I don't know exactly the date. It's this month. I don't know exactly the date, or not. Neither do I give a damn. But he's in that arch, that playground that he built up in the front lawn, he's having his birthday celebration. Now, we already know what happened to his last year's birthday celebration with the parade. Oh, poor Trump. I hope you get your little squeaky little tractor, because that's what he got last year. His little squeaky little tractor. The only people that showed up was him and his wife. And you could hear, you know, when you go to a parade, you could hear a roaring crowd, right? A roaring crowd, yeah. You heard nothing but squeak, 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 squeak. What's going to happen? I am dying to know what's going to happen this year. Squeak, squeak. Maybe you get a little squeak, squeak tractor passing by. But he's going to be celebrating his birthday on that little Never Never Land thing that he did. He's pitiful. He wants to put his name on everything. He wants to put his name on a $250 bill as a commemoration of the 250-year celebration of this country. That's not happening. And besides, even if it did happen, if my banker gave me one of those bills, I would say, no, just give me 200s and a $50 bill. I don't want that. I don't want a $250 bill. Just give me two 100s and 150. And that's it. And I'll be satisfied. But squeak, squeak, squeak. And then he wants to build the arch. He wants to build the arch, right? All of this. And then he wants to work on the pool, that pool, you know, that pool, the reflective pool, you know. And then he has this tower of water that's taller than skyscrapers. He wants to put all of that. And guess who's paying for it? I'm paying for it. You're paying for it. We're all paying for it. I want my money back, and I'm going to write it off on my taxes. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I had a good time, a damn good time I had. I'm going to come back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me co-hosting. And of course, he'll have the latest developments in today's world of sports. And we will be looking forward to seeing you as well. Other than that, I'm going to come back here also next Friday at 10 a.m. for more of the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports. We look forward to seeing you too as well. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day and a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.